Hello, and welcome to Spirit Among Us. So this week we've been looking at how great a salvation we actually have. How great is this gift that we have in Jesus Christ? First of all, we talked about how we all have an unpayable debt. We owe God everything we have and so much more. A debt we can't pay, a burden we can't carry, and Jesus offered to take that for us on the cross. Now, secondly, we addressed that we deserve judgment from God. We are lawbreakers. We broke His holy, righteous, perfect commands, and now we deserve the punishment that is found in hell. That is what we deserve. But Jesus died to save us from that. Now, the third day, we talked about how we are actually born into this world opposed to God. We start out as enemies of Jesus, working against His will, working against His plan. And yesterday, we talked about how in our lives, we are actually children of wrath before we come to know Christ. Instead of serving Him, we are actually serving His greatest enemy, Satan himself. This is what we have been saved from. This is the redemption that Jesus offers us by His own death on the cross. Today, I want to take a look at Hebrews chapter 2, verses 1 through 3. Therefore, we must pay closer attention to what we have heard, lest we drift away from it. For since the message declared by angels proved to be reliable, and every transgression or disobedience received a just retribution, how shall we escape if we neglect such a great salvation? It was declared at first by the Lord, and it was attested to us by those who heard. So if we look at these verses in the context of understanding who we were and what our destiny was, where we were headed before Christ, we really begin to see what this kind of salvation is, what this actually means. We begin to understand what kind of transformation actually takes place when Jesus redeems us in Himself. And so this poses the question: if every transgression or disobedience receives a just retribution, how shall we escape if we neglect such a great salvation? Now, this is such a great salvation because we deserve the complete opposite. We have not earned even one part of it, slightly. We have earned and we have deserved the opposite. We have deserved punishment. We have deserved separation from God. We have deserved Him shunning us for eternity. But that's not what He's offered us. He's shown us grace instead. Here's the thing. How shall we escape if we neglect such a great salvation? There is no escape. There is no other way besides Christ. And if you neglect that gift, if you reject that free gift in Him, there is no escape for you. There is no escape for any of us if we reject Christ. This salvation is so great, there is no excuse we can make to neglect it. I want to take a look at John chapter 12, verses 47 through 48. If anyone hears my words and does not keep them, I do not judge him. For I did not come to judge the world, but to save the world. The one who rejects me and does not receive my words has a judge. The word that I have spoken will judge him on the last day. So here's the thing. Despite our disobedience, despite what we deserve, despite how we broke God's law again and again, Jesus came not to judge us. Jesus came not to give us what we deserve, but to offer us the gift of what we in no way deserve. When He came down on this earth, He spoke of love. He spoke of forgiveness. He spoke of salvation. All of His words were the truth, and He gave everyone a chance to come to Him, to turn and be saved, to reject their sin and choose to live for Jesus instead. but their hearts were cold, and they rejected his word. So he says, I'm not judging you right now. I'm not condemning you right now, because I didn't come here to condemn you. I came here to save you. But guess what? If your hearts remain in this way, if you still choose to reject me and to reject my word, there is no escape. There is no way out of judgment if you reject the only way of salvation. The word that I have spoken will judge him on the last day. So as followers of Christ, we need to remember and recognize the importance of this. Every single person on earth has been offered salvation, yet Jesus told us that few are those who actually find it. Few are those who enter in the narrow gate. And so we need to have a sense of urgency. We need to recognize that there is no other way but Christ to be saved. Without him, we're all doomed. If we didn't have the great salvation that he offers us, then we simply stand condemned, and there's no way around that. But it is our job as his people to bring his truth, to bring his word, and to bring his light to the people in this world, so that as many people as possible will turn and be saved. Because how shall we escape if we neglect such a great salvation? How shall they escape if they neglect such a great salvation? The answer is they won't escape. There is no escape. If their hearts remain cold, their destiny is set. But it's our job to carry the message of truth throughout this world. And it's our job to spend our lives earnestly seeking the salvation of those around us. Live that way today and every day. Thank you for watching, and God bless.